Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about the Blue Eyes White Dragon, following up on our previous two videos covering off the other two big boss monsters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. Blue Eyes is far and away the strongest, being able to actually stand on its own two legs. The list that you're seeing in front of you is just simply pure Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is something that you cannot do effectively with the other two deck types, the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes Black Dragon, at least not if you're expecting to win more than 50% of your games. Blue Eyes, of course, being the only deck out of the three, out of really many of the anime decks, full stop, to end up winning itself a world championship back in 2016. So this is definitely the one that's going to be able to stand on its own two legs the best. I don't even really think it's close, to be honest. I think Konami absolutely love this archetype, and they keep on giving it new cards, which is great, you know, because I'm a big fan of it as well. The original concept itself was just beating someone over the head with 3,000 attack points, but it has developed a little bit more since, without losing the spirit of simply I'm going to beat your ass. So hopefully we can replicate some of that success today in Diamond. We're going to be going in just like we have in the previous two videos, where we're just doing live gameplay, live commentary instead of replays. If you guys are preferring that style of content, again, let me know. I want to sort of see what you guys like varying up a little bit, so there's some options out there. So let me know what you think about it down below on this, as well as the previous two videos compared to how we would normally do things. And if you do like what you're seeing in general, either these or the ones in the past, feel free to subscribe and like the video. Again, every little bit of interaction helps out an awful lot whenever we're trying to hit the target of 1,000 subscribers. So without further ado, let's get into game number one. Alright, here we have our first opponent here. We're losing the coin toss, which is not great, but we also don't mind it as much as we would have in one of the previous two decks, the Red Eyes or the Dark Magician. With Blue Eyes, you still have a little bit more breaking power, you have a little bit more flexibility, and we have a really solid hand. Let me quickly full screen this, but no, we have a really solid hand here actually. So Dictator of D is one of the more powerful. Oh my god. He's playing, yeah, what the heck? He's got nothing, I guess. Okay, that suits us perfectly. So the Dictator of D is basically the best starter card in your deck. You basically get to Foolish Burial a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to summon it to the field. So we're gonna do just that. We're gonna send the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck to the graveyard, and we're gonna summon out the Dictator of D. It also has a second effect, which allows you to discard a card in your hand that lists Blue Eyes on it, like this one, to summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard. So using that, we're going to go Dictator of D. We're going to discard the White Stone of Legend. I believe that one's Legend, isn't it? It is. And we're going to revive the Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard. So there we have, right away we've got a Blue Eyes on the field, which is amazing. This is going to search our deck for another Blue Eyes monster, adding it to our hand. We're going to grab another White Dragon, which is excellent because now we can discard it for our trade-in spell card. So we basically get to discard a level 8 monster, and in exchange we get to draw 2 cards. Absolutely, give me... Okay, interesting. You can use both of your effects per turn, right? Yeah, each effect is once per turn. So we're going to summon Sage with Eyes of Blue, right? Sage of Eyes of Blue is going to search our deck basically for another one of these white stones. We're going to grab... Oh, we can also grab us a Veiler. Would we prefer a Veiler? We may prefer a Veiler, actually. Factually, indeed. No, we want this guy, so we do. So we do. We've already got a Veiler. That's fine. Then we can. Man, we've got so many options for what we could do here. We're gonna use Sage here. No, we're not. I don't think we are gonna do that actually. Because we could use, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go, I think into Verte Anaconda is going to be the better play, because whatever that face down card is, I want rid of it. So that's fine. Okay, so we've got the Verte. Perfect, perfect. Crackdown. Okay, that's fine, honestly. I mean, it doesn't really do very much to us. What we could do is we could actually turn our Blue Eyes White Dragon into a Link Spider, and then yeah, we're gonna do that. Does that work? Am I stupid? Hang on, does that work? That probably works, right? There's no way that doesn't work, right? So we're gonna go Link Spider, right? Link Spider will, and this, Yeah, okay, so that's fine. We're going to go Link Spider. We're going to use Siege in hand, right? Siege will allow you to send an effect monster on your field to the graveyard in order to summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Now, we're not summoning the Blue Eyes White Dragon this time. We're summoning the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And basically, when it declares an attack, you get to return a card in your opponent's field back to the hand. So what we're going to be doing is taking back our Verte Anaconda. Unless I've misunderstood his effect. No, yeah, 100%. We're just going to take back our own Verte. Great. Okay, awesome. We have a Veiler, we have Max C, okay. And the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon as well is very interesting because, again, if it battles an opponent's monster, it gets to bounce something back to the hand, and while it's face up, everything else on your field gets protected. So we didn't get a ton of things off on that turn, but we did at the very least out the Crackdown, which would have been a real problem if he had taken something like the Jet Dragon. He's just playing cards face down. What is this guy doing? What is he up to? We've got the second Jet Dragon. Not a lot of people play a second Jet Dragon, but having a loop of them, and whenever you control two at the same time, it gets a little bit nutty. It's pretty cool. We're going to go White Stone of Ancients here. White Stone of Ancients will... We can combine it to go into the Spirit Dragon. We're going to swing first. Going to attack with the Jet Dragon. I guess we could have bounced that face down card back to his hand, but honestly, if it was useful for him, he would have used it by now. It's whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Then we're going to Synchro Summon here. Do we Synchro Summon? No, we don't. We don't Synchro Summon. We are instead going to Link Summon into... Man, if we go Verte Anaconda and he negates it again, we're going to be pissed. No, we're not doing that. Simply because Verte is a very fragile player. Our opponent's already shown that he's playing some decent back row here, so we can't really afford him the opportunity. There's the Solemn Strike. We definitely should have bounced it. I'm not too worried about it. Holy crap. We have the Ancients Engrave. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. What are you going to do? Like, we've got an Ancients Engrave, so at the end phase, we get to summon another Blue Eyes from our deck, right? And if a card on our field is destroyed, then the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon comes back to the field. So we have a 3k beater, as well as the fact that if this gets destroyed, then we have the ability to bring back our Jet Dragon. So that's a bit of a slower game here thanks to our opponent, and it looks like we're not doing very much, but we're just coping with our opponent's ability to play powerful back row. We should have bounced that off the Jet Dragon. Yeah, there you go. It's whatever. So yeah, again, not exactly going to say that our opponent was amazing there, of course. It was a bit of an easy matchup. But at least it showed off a couple of the things that the deck can do pretty interestingly. So yeah, 100% happy enough with that game. We actually got a win on our first game, unlike we did with Dark Magician where we just got bullied. But let's get into game number 2 then. Alrighty, getting into our second game here. We've got our opponent. Okay, if we lose the coin toss again, which is, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much with this deck. You do prefer going first, but you don't set up like an unbreakable board or anything like that. You would typically put up maybe Spirit Dragon and DPE if you've got a decent hand. So we don't care too much about being made to go second. It does suck a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. We do have an Ash Blossom, which isn't the most interruption in the world. We're going against Branded. Fantastic. We're not gonna activate this in response there. We're gonna wait till he gets his Branded Fusion, then we're gonna negate the Branded Fusion. So he's got Branded Lost. That's not gonna help him here because Branded Lost only stops the it prevents his card's activation from being negated, doesn't actually stop the effect from being negated. So unless he has a Call by the Grave by any chance, then that's not going to be a problem. God damn it. Alright, well I guess we're just gonna let our opponent go away through their turn here. I doubt there's going to be anything out of character, so we'll come back to it once they're finished their turn. Alrighty, and it is our turn again here. Our opponent didn't do anything special. They have, you know, banished their Aliber with the Mirror Jade. They've got their Branded in Red set. So their only real threat here is the Branded in Red. So we're feeling somewhat confident about what we can do here. I think we're going to beat our opponent into... Oh, they can't use their Mirror Jade. I just remembered. Fantastic. Alrighty, so we're going to go Melody of the Awakening Dragon then. We're going to discard our White Stone of Ancients. That's going to basically allow us to search our deck for any 2 of our Blue Eyes monsters. They're going to go Max C here. That's a rough one. I think we have to let that through. Yeah, we have to let that through because we need to keep Called by the Grave for his Branded in Red. We need to keep it. That's fine. We're gonna grab probably the Jet Dragon and another alternative. I think is probably the smartest play. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll grab the Jet, we'll grab the alternative. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, no, that's grand. Okay, then we're gonna go Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon here, ditching our Blue Eyes White Dragon to summon out the alternative White Dragon. It's gonna give him a draw 1, that's fine. Branded in red comes out here. He's going to target his Tragedy. I do not think so, good sir. We're going to stop that from happening, which means he essentially has virtually 0 interruption during our turn, which is great. He doesn't have the ability to utilize anything else. I don't think he has Mercourier in his hand. I don't believe he searched for it, but I could be wrong. He did. He does have Mercourier, so he can negate our alternative White Dragon's effect, but if he does, I'm just going to swing in and beat his ass. Yep, there's the Mercourier. That's fine. Doesn't have Branded Opening in his graveyard, does he? I don't think he does. Mercourier negates us. It doesn't destroy us, though. That's why I wasn't too worried about it. I should still be able to attack, right? Because I got negated. Maybe not. Maybe I'm dumb. Yeah, maybe I am dumb. Okay. That's fine, though. Yeah, that's fine, because at the end of the turn here, we're gonna be able to revive a monster off of our Whetstone of Ancients. We're gonna get the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon here, so he's basically gonna be in a position where he has to get rid of one and or the other with his Mirror Jade Banish, which again is not the greatest of positions for us, but anything he destroys, if he destroys a card, we get to summon the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon from our hand. So he's not in the greatest of positions either. He does get to basically pick something and banish it though. Sends Albion, that's fine. Banishes the Jet Dragon, that's totally predictable, that's fine. And he's gonna have to get a way to get over our... Oh, he has no way of getting over the alternative White Dragon. I guess he's just really banking on Chimera then from a Branded in red. Okay, that's fine, honestly. That's whatever. He doesn't have a Mercourier to protect him this time. Awesome. Okay, that's great. We're gonna go main phase 1. We're gonna activate the Blue Eyes the alternative White Dragon's effect here. We're gonna destroy the Mirror Jade. He has another Mercourier. No way, he just top deck a second Mercourier. That is utter nonsense, good sir. Okay, I guess we're just going to summon our second alternative White Dragon. Can you... Oh, you can activate your effect. Oh, great. That's phenomenal. Awesome. Get destroyed. Excellent. So now he doesn't have any monsters on his field for his Branded in red. Does he have any... He doesn't have any targets in his graveyard. Oh, that's amazing. And now we get to summon out the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. That's excellent. He has no targets in his graveyard. Oh, really, Gamma? That's just rude. I mean, that's fine. It's whatever. I mean, this guy can still summon himself from the graveyard anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But it is annoying that our opponent now gets basically a second freaking chance at life off of these two idiots. Mirror Jade at the end of this turn is going to destroy all the monsters on my field, which is, of course, less than ideal, but is at the end of the world. It's not, because we can use Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think Verte is the way. Verte is the way. We're going to do Verte. We could also do Dragluvion, but that's not going to protect us. Verte is definitely the way. We're going to link 2 off into Verte Anaconda. There's no way he can stop this, right? Please don't. I will be very upset. We're going to pay 2,000 life points. We're going to send Fusion Destiny to the graveyard. I haven't played DPE in so long. This card really just dropped off the face of the planet for some reason, even though it's so freaking strong. We're going to get you. Great. All of our whole field's going to get nuked during the end phase. There's no point in us attacking. We want this driver to get banished, so I guess we're just going to go DPE and... Oh, we can take out his Branded in red if we want it to be evil. Yeah, we're going to take out Branded in red. It's much more dangerous than Branded Lost. And worst case scenario, we just snipe the Branded Lost next turn. So DP is going to be coming back during our next turn here. We're going to straight to end phase, so his monsters get banished. What has he got? What has he got to use during the... Okay, he has Mirror Jade, yeah. Then his gamma, so everything's clear, except we're going to be getting DPE here during the standby phase, which is amazing. That puts us at a real advantage, especially considering we have the effect veiler. So this is great, honestly. We're in a really strong position. We're in a really good position. DPE is the way. Straight to end phase. There is no... and there's the scoop. You love to see it because we activate DPE, pop the branded loss, that triggers Jet Dragon to come back, Jet and then DPE, and then whatever else we can muster during our opponent's turn. That was well and truly game over. Fantastic game here. Our opponent, I think that big reason as to why they lost that is they were very, very nervous about attacking us. Like they didn't want to take risks. They just wanted to sit back, rest under Mirror Jade, pick up our field. It did not work. You do not sit on Blue Eyes White Dragon. It will beat your ass if you give it the chance. So no, a bit of a lesson learned by our opponent there. Fantastic game. Let's get into the next one. All right, so we found our opponent number 3 here. We have yet again lost the coin toss. I mean, you guys are seeing it live. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how one, like 3 in a row, really. Either way, it doesn't matter too much to us. Like we've shown in the previous 2 games, we're still gonna beat this guy's ass. Okay, this is an interesting hand. I'm almost glad we went second here, because this is an interesting hand depending on what we top deck. If we top deck anything Blue Eyes related, literally anything Blue Eyes related, we're in an amazing position. Our opponent ditches no for Chaos Space. I need a monster in their graveyard to use that. I'm gonna go max C, right? Just because, just make him a wee bit nervous, you know? We're just gonna see. You don't have Call by the Grave, you absolute lunatic. One of these days, in one of these videos, I will resolve a hand trap. You just watch. It's going to happen. One of these times, I'm not going to get negated, and that is going to be... That's GG's, that's game over. But today is not that day. Yep, Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. And what's he gonna banish his Fairy Tale Snow to summon it? Is he that desperate? No, okay, there's the Black Metal Dragon. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Show us some Red Eyes, be it... Oh, he's just going straight into the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. You, what, mate? What are you gonna summon? You messed it up! He messed it up. He doesn't even know that he's messed it up yet. Oh, he messed it up so bad. You're supposed to link summon first. There's the Striker Dragon. You clown. And before this guy still beats us, I'll be so upset if this guy beats us. Collapse Serpent. Do I care about that? I might care about that a little bit, but not that much. Because what's he gonna do? Like, whenever he goes Romulus, I'm gonna negate Romulus, right? We know that much. There's no point in me negating this guy because he's just gonna banish the Black Dragon to summon it out anyway, so it's not gonna accomplish anything. Yep, there goes the Black Dragon in exchange for the White Dragon, right? Then he gets to draw a card off of Chaos Space, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But, I mean, it's also just a +1, so I don't really care too much about it. He's playing a big-ass deck. So yeah, he's got that 60 cards. Okay, what's he gonna do next? I'm assuming Romulus is the correct play. You link these 2 off in the Romulus. Yep. Into Seals. Is there something I'm missing? White Dragon searches his deck for the Black Dragon. That's fine. He can't summon it again this turn. So I think I imperm this, right? Yeah, because he hasn't. Yeah, because he didn't go in the Romulus, so if I imperm this, he has no way of extending in the Romulus, right? That's the logic, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Right, so he's got nothing. So he just has to pass turn, right? So what, I special summon Dictator of D, I go into battle phase, I swing into this guy, that forces him to use it, and then during my main phase 2, I can just normal summon it again, depending on what I top deck. That's not it. That's not what you love to see. Oh my god, Brick Guys out at it again here. What is going on? We're gonna go Dictator of D. We're going to send a Blue Eyes White Dragon here to hopefully summon our Dictator of D. And then I believe we just go battle phase and beat this guy's ass. I think that's the plan. Oh, he's going to preemptively do it. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. This guy really didn't want us to use that, huh? Do we Ash that? Probably, right? He gets to summon any dragon from his deck. That's pretty busted. Yeah, we're gonna Ash that. Summoning any dragon from his deck is pretty nuts. That's unfortunate, actually, because I would have liked to go Verte there. Man. It doesn't matter if I'm scared of lethal, right? If I set it, he just pops it somehow. Like, he has to. There's no way he doesn't have a way to do that in his deck. No, we're just gonna pass turn, right? On good faith, we're going to assume that freaking Joey Wheeler over here doesn't destroy us. Man, Blue Eyes out here getting destroyed by Red Eyes. What is going on? I did love the Red Eyes Chaos deck. I know that's not what he's playing. I get it. He's not playing actual Red Eyes. Oh. Interesting play. He's not playing actual Red Eyes. I get it. Just the Darkness Metal Dragon. But, I really liked playing that Red Eyes Chaos deck. I thought that was amazing. This guy just has everything. What is going on? How do you have everything? That's not allowed. I'm pretty sure. Right? Don't quote me on this, but that may be illegal. I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying. I mean, I would snitch if you don't snitch, but like, come on. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. Let's cool it down a wee bit. I've got double trade in. I don't even have any dragons to discard. Oh my god. We're gonna be here for 17 years. Right. If nothing interesting happens, I'm just gonna be skipping over this. So he's got the Collapsement. He's got the. He's just getting cards. He's just getting cards. This is how inflation happens. So it is. This is the cause of inflation. He's got a second Red Eyes. I guess in a 60 card deck, yeah, you would have a second Red Eyes, wouldn't you? I guess that makes sense. He's got Ravine. No Fang with Chain though. I think that's a bit of a pussy play. I'm not gonna lie. No Fang with Chain. To search off your Black Metal Dragon, I think Fang with Chain is the real play there. So he's gonna ditch the Boot Sector launch for the Ravine. Ditching Absoluter. Absoluter searches his deck for a rocket monster when it's sent to the graveyard. So he's gonna grab Tracer. Has he normal summoned this turn? He hasn't even normal summoned. Sure he hasn't. Oh, if I press the information button. He hasn't even normal summoned this turn yet. So he's gonna normal summon Tracer, pop the field spell. Oh, he's got another Wyvern Burster. I didn't even pay attention to that. Of course he does. He just searched for it. Oh my god, this guy's got everything. He grabbed a Recharger and not a Tracer, which is interesting. He doesn't have any tuners, so I guess he's just going to go into, what, the Boral End Dragon? I guess is his play? Seals Romulus and the White Dragon Wyvern Burster into Boral End. So he doesn't have any tuners. Oh no, he's going to link off into Triple Burst Dragon first. Okay. He's not going into Access Code Talker, is he? Don't bore me. Oh my god, he is. That is lethal. Alright, well, round of applause, everyone. He did it. Oh, he's not even gonna do it. You know what? I can respect that. He's not even gonna waste my time with it. He's just gonna go straight in. Exact lethal. 24, 28, 28. Okay. That was a rough one. Okay. Not only was our opponent there, they made some questionable plays at the beginning. But that is Brick Eyes at its finest. This is not the most consistent deck in the world. It's not on a tier list. Dragon Link is. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just saying. But Blue Eyes, the biggest issue for Blue Eyes is that you can't put 7 level 8 monsters and like 3 trade-ins and like 12 hand traps into a deck and expect it to be consistent. You just cannot do it. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a situations like this where you're going to lose simply beyond your own ability to play the game, which is fine. You know, it is a rogue deck for a reason. It is a fun deck for a reason. It's not going to be topping tournaments, but you know, we're still going 2 for 1 here in Diamond, so it can't be that bad. we'll get in and we'll play a couple more. This is opponent number 4, I believe. I could also be stupid, but either way, this is yet another coin toss loss. Yep, it is 4 because it's 4 straight coin toss losses. That's fantastic. I'm glad I'm getting this on camera so you guys know what I have to go through on a regular basis. We got that Fusion Destiny though. That's a good ass card to draw. That is a phenomenal card to draw. That is great. We got Double Siege. Double Siege is amazing as well. You what, mate? Man, I don't know if I can let that happen. Because if he adds a Zexal Speller, if he adds the Ascended Soul, then I take an L. That's fine. That's fine because yeah, no, that's whatever. We'll let him have a little bit of fun, you know, just a little trolling. He's got that Maxi. He's bouncing Maxi back to his deck. So does that mean he has multiple? Or I guess he just doesn't have a lot of level 4s. Okay. As long as he doesn't have the Armored Sage, we don't care too much, right? Because if he... Armed Sage... I mean, wait, hang on. He grabbed the Armed Sage. What happened to the Ascended Sage? Do you already have it? Okay, so that would have been a terrible Ash then, because this is the only one we care about. The Zexosoul Ascended Sage is the only bad one. The Armed Sage does nothing. It searches for like a Zexal weapon, which is garbage. Well, it's not garbage, but it's not like it doesn't stop the deck. So if our opponent knows how to chain block correctly here, we're going to be in a rough spot, but they need to know which... Oh, you clown. Why would you do it like that? That's stupid. That is, if you're ever playing Utopia, you need to activate Ascended Sage, Chainlink 1, Armed Sage, Chainlink 2, or you can just open combat every single game, man. I'm pretty sure I've been hit with Call by the Grave in every... I may be wrong about the first one, but I know in the last 2 I've been hit with Call by the Grave. That's 2 in a row. At least 2 in a row. Could be 3 in a row. That's just... Oh, and our opponent messed it up and everything. So you need to go Ascended Sage, Chainlink 1, and then Armed Sage, Chainlink 2 on the off chance your opponent has a way to interrupt you like that. Because the only one you really care about is the Hyper Ranked Magic Utopia Force. Everything else can be, you know, dealt with. It's whatever. But the one you really care about is the Utopia Force. So our opponent is basically going to put up a freaking crazy unbreakable board here, which is fantastic. You love to see it. You can detach to materials. Okay. It's going to summon out, I believe, Utopia Ray here. The ultimate Utopia Ray, or whatever its name is. You're not going to Manipulator of Souls me, would you? You're not that kind of person. If he goes Draglubion as well, like I'm going to be triggered. Number 89. Detach a material, look at your opponent's extra deck and banish one monster face down. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's rude. Please banish Verte. Please banish Verte. Please, bro. Don't banish TPE. Oh, he took the Numeron Dragon. Oh, that's garbage. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. Alright. Wait, hang on. What did he banish? Oh, he just banished an Ash Blossom. Oh my god, that was excellent. Okay, great. Okay. Our opponent's stupid. Great. He has the ability here to... Oh, he doesn't have the ability to do anything, you stupid punk. If I activate Infinite Impermanence, he's just going to chain. Yeah, we're gonna go Fusion Destiny, right? The reason we're going Fusion Destiny right off the rip, and I know you're not gonna be happy about this, I get it. The reason we're doing it is because he's gonna use this to summon out the Hope Harbinger Dragon to negate the activation of a spell card. So if I do this first, then he can't do that. If he was smart, he would have did this in the draw phase, but he's not, you know, obviously. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. We knew he was going to do that, so we're going to activate the spell card first to stop it from being relevant, you know? That's the idea. It does leave us in maybe a not so great position. We can sort of beat the ass of a couple of these guys, you know? Hyper rank up magic, that's whatever. He can negate a spell, and he can also redirect battle. That's the two things we're worried about, right? So we're gonna go Siege. Siege of Eyes of Blue. We can't special summon anything this turn apart from Dark Warriors, so we're not gonna be linking off, we're not gonna be using our second Siege in hand. All of that's no longer an option. We are, however, going to be going for an Effect Veiler, right? We're just trading in a Siege for an Effect Veiler because now we can use our DPE's effect to take out Siege and to take out the the Dragonair, right? So now Dragonair is no longer an option, and I forgot that the Hope Harbinger actually gained the attack points on effect destruction, but he's giving it to this thing. Why? You always want to give it to itself, because you can redirect battle to this monster. Change the attack target to this card. Yeah, so now I'm gonna boost up my DPE by 1000 off of Dynatag here, and then I'm just gonna beat this Harbinger's ass. Right? That's an option, right? I can do that. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. Yeah. Gonna beat its ass. And then on the following turn, I destroy his number 89 using the effect of DPE. Yeah, excellent. Okay. Yeah, we totally crushed our opponent there. We need to get rid of Dragonair first, because again, I'm explaining this in case you guys haven't played against this. There's a lot of people who probably haven't played Utopia out there. Dragonair, whenever you battle, can reduce the attack points of your monster to 0. So that's why we need to get rid of him first, so that we could battle into the Hope Harbinger to get rid of 2 instead of just 1. He really is just opening every good card. Are you joking me? That's fine. That's whatever. We're gonna let it happen. Because he's gonna grab, yep, the Onomatopoeia, and then probably a Gaga coat. Yep, the coat. Good stuff. So now he's gonna normal summon out. See, I mean, they can sort of both special off of one another, so negating them doesn't even actually do anything for us. And we sort of have a pre-targeted target for our DPE. Oh, he's going to battle phase. Okay, we're gonna let him go into battle phase. That's fine. Right, he's going swing. That's fine. Now we're gonna DPE. DPE pop itself and pop the Diablos. I could be an idiot. Yeah, no, that's totally destroyable. That's fine. DPE will revive itself then coming out for next turn. Excellent. He goes into main phase 2. And now what? Okay, you got your Utopia. That's fine. There's no point in negating this, because unless the other card in his hand is also a level 4. No, that's fine. There's no point in negating this, because this card could summon itself anyway, because you control a Gaga monster, because this counts as a mall. So negating this would be a mistake, because we know that the only card he can summon was this. So he's going to go into a rank 4 here, probably Utopia double, or something to that effect, or maybe even, I mean, Utopia double, or Gaga Magician. So this can resurrect one of his rank 4s from the graveyard, and he would do that in an effort to summon out the Utopia UDF, the Utopic Draco Future, or just summoning out his Hope Harbinger, neither of which we are okay with. So we're going to Veiler this. We don't want him doing that, absolutely not. Not a chance, you plebeian. And we are in total control of this game. It's a pretty interesting deck. You know what? I feel, and there you go. I feel like we went up against some really tough opponents while playing Dark Magician. I feel like we are, to an extent, being thrown a bone with the Blue Eyes deck. I do think it is definitely stronger than the Dark Magician deck, but I think our choice of opponents are probably a lot handier for us this time. We're gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more, because I am having a bit of fun here. Let's just keep on going. Here we have it. And who would have seen that coming? Another coin toss loss. All of these, like, I just once. I would love to win a coin toss once, just to show what the deck can do going first. I just don't think that the platform wants me to do it. I think it wants me to suffer. We've got double Veiler though. That's kind of cool. That's not terrible. That's fine. but the rest of our hand is subpar. You what, mate? I'm not going against this nonsense. Oh my god, Earth Machine Exceed is like such a, I don't know, it seems like such a powerful deck, and I don't understand why. And like in the TCG, I get it, right? Because in the TCG, there's a few more cards available to them. Do I just negate this? Oh my god, I don't know what is good in this deck. I don't know how to play against it, because I don't play against it often enough. We're gonna negate the Gear Frame, because Gear Frame is pretty strong. We don't want him getting like a Fortress, which can kickstart all of his plays. But in the TCG, I get why this deck is so strong, because they have like a couple of extra cards that we don't have yet in Master Duel, thank god. But man, it just seems like such a wild card deck that is just always so powerful. I can never understand why this deck beats me so much. If this card is special summon from the hand, special summon an Infinitrack monster from your defense but negate its effects. Man, if I let this go through, he's just gonna start freaking styling on me. My god, both of my interruptions are gone already. I may be an idiot. I don't know enough about Earth Machine to know exactly what to stop. Those both seem like really solid negates to me. I feel like I hit some really powerful cards there. If he can still play through this, then I guess he's just the best. If he can't, then great, you know? But I don't like, this is it just seems like such a powerful deck. Every single time I face it. What is this nonsense? Okay, right. Our opponent each got nothing. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, great. Let's see. Sage of Eyes of Blue, the White Stone of Ancients. We got a few options. We're gonna go Sage. Sage, search for White Stone of Legend, potentially. Or we might even just want another effect trailer. It's been working out so far, why not? Do we want the White Stone? Because what do we do with the White Stone? We activate Siege, we send Siege on our field to the graveyard to summon a Blue Eyes monster from our deck. And then what? No, I think a Veiler is probably the best option here, right? Because this doesn't do anything for us. Yeah, we'll do Veiler. Because we want to have as much immediate firepower as we possibly can. Like, that's sort of our objective here. We're gonna go Droll and Lockbird. Okay, so that was a good hit then. That was a fantastic hit then. Okay, excellent. Got that Link Haribo on deck. We're not going to be using it just yet. We're going to be going for Sage of Eyes of Blue. Don't you dare. Okay, good. We can go Jet Dragon or the Blue Eyes White Dragon. The Jet Dragon doesn't really do anything for us until we have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field or in the graveyard. See, in its effects, it can only be used while you control a Blue Eyes White Dragon or if it's in your graveyard. So we're going to summon a Blue Eyes first, right? Because otherwise the effects of Jet are useless. So we do this, we've got a Blue Eyes then on the field, we've got one in play, and nothing bad is ever going to happen to it. You know? Let me see what this Goliath does. Target an Exceed monster you control attaches material. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Well, I mean, that's not too relevant right now. Hopefully the Veiler that we picked up is going to stop that from being relevant. But for now, we're just going to beat this man's ass. What is this card? What can you use? Oh my lord. Machina Overdrive. That is really bad. Because he can summon a Citadel now from his deck, can't he? That is really bad. Oh, he's doing this, dude. What do you do? When this card is added, it's going to special summon, send a Machina monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh no! It's going to be sending Ruin Force. Right. I might have to do this deck list a wee yoink after this game. Oh no, he's going to go Fortress. Does that imply he has a level 8 or higher machine in his hand? Does that mean that the card in his hand is just a big old machine? Man. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. Got the Blue Eyes. Literally invincible. Like, virtually invincible. You know, like, it's like, that's it. Like, there's no way we can lose this. We're virtually invincible. Like, we have to win this. There's no way. He's got the Overdrive. Target 3 machines that are banished during your graveyard. Shuffle them back into the deck. Is it banished? Wait, whoa, is it? That are banished and or in your graveyard. Oh, that's pretty nuts. Then he gets to draw an extra card. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that, because the reinforce and things like that will always end up banishing cards. So that's a neat little part of this card that I didn't know was there. Nice. Oh, the Metal Cruncher. Okay, of course he is the Metal Cruncher. Then Fortress comes out into defense. Into D. And then straight to end phase. He's got nothing. Excellent. You will activate during damage calculation when I destroy you. So that's not great. What we're going to do is White Stone of Ancients here. What are you going to do about it? Don't you dare. Don't do it. Lancia. So now I'm no longer allowed to banish cards. Interesting. I can go Verte, or we can go the Spirit Dragon. See, the only issue with the Spirit Dragon, right, is normally it would be able to negate the effect of something like the Fortress. However, the Fortress activates during damage calculation, so the Spirit Dragon, I don't believe, can be activated. It might be able to. Negate the activation. It should be able to. But do I want to risk it? No, I don't. Oh my lord, I'm going to have to... Man. We're going Link Spider. We're going Link Spider. You know what? I'm a pussy. Bite me. I don't care. We're going DPE. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm the master of my own fate. Okay, we're gonna go into Verte Anaconda here. Please don't have a way to interrupt me. I don't think you do. I feel like this last card in his hand is just a brick or something. There's no way he plays this many cards and doesn't have like a single bad card in his hand. We're gonna go Fusion Destiny. Okay, we're gonna send this and send this, and that's the thing. Well, now that we have a Blue Eyes in our graveyard, our Ancients during the end phase is gonna summon the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon from our deck, which means that our entire field can't be destroyed, which is amazing, of course. DPE does not target, nor will it be destroying it by battle, therefore the Fortress is effectively useless. We're gonna destroy DPE, we're gonna destroy Fortress, bang bang, no effects, no nothing. Get destroyed. Let's go DPE straight to the face, 25, bang. And we're going to pass. Now, what we're going to get here is nothing, because we can't special summon anything else on the turn we use DP. I knew that. You know what? I knew that. You know? Yeah, we didn't even need it. I always forget that after you activate Predaplant Verte Anaconda, you can't special summon the rest of that turn. It always trips me up. But ultimately, it didn't matter. DP is the way. It's such a powerful card. I don't know, like, it was everywhere for like a month or two, and then it completely vanished. As soon as like the adventure stuff came out, it vanished off the face of the freaking planet. It was gone. But anyway, that's gonna do us for gameplay. We got a lot of really good wins, a lot of really good replays, and I'm sure a lot of you got to see sort of how the deck works. Our two options there would have been Spirit Dragon versus DPE. I'm going to, before we do the deck profile, I'm gonna look this up. When it comes to damage calculation, as far as I'm aware, regular cards cannot be activated, but if your card negates the activation of your opponent's card, it can be used in damage calculation. I'm going to look that ruling up in just a moment, but before the deck profile. But that's why we went DPE, because I didn't trust myself. If I did trust myself, I would have went Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, destroy Fortress, negate its effect in the graveyard, then in the end phase we get the Jet Dragon. That would have been a lot stronger. But fate me, let's get into the deck profile. Alright, so here's the deck profile. Honestly, after playing all three of the main character decks from the original series, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and now finally the Blue Eyes White Dragon, I've come to the conclusion that Kaiba must just have been asked to keep on losing to Yugi. This deck is so much stronger than Dark Magician and Red Eyes. Of course, we played the Red Eyes Chaos version, which was actually really strong, but this deck is honestly really good. It's really fun. It's not super complicated, and I know in some of the games you're looking and thinking like, oh well, this could be outed very easily, and while you're probably right, at the same time it's the constant recursion of the Blue Eyes loop, if you will, as well as the fact that they can continue to summon themselves. They've got some really powerful one-off starter cards, and the fact that they can even search for interruptions like Effect Filler, which I mean you saw me do constantly throughout the video, is really, really handy. Because of that, you can probably maybe cut your Veiler down and maybe play a what do you call it, Cross-Out Designator. I probably would in hindsight, purely because this card is very highly searchable. You don't want to open too many copies of it, and we did find ourselves getting hit with Call by the Grave an awful lot, so you know, it is what it is. Not that Cross-Out would have helped us in a lot of those situations, but it is something worth bearing in mind that you could do. But honestly, I think playing the deck just like this is completely fine. Super simple, super fun, very, very iconic here, relying on your big boss monsters as well as DPE, of course. DPE is a big part of the deck. But that just comes naturally down, and it's not just like, oh, play DP because he's a really strong monster. He holds a lot of synergy with the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, because when one of your cards are destroyed, or even one of your opponent's cards are destroyed, just when anything is destroyed, Jet Dragon gets to summon itself from the graveyard. So DPE being able to basically proc that whenever you want is really powerful. So there is definitely a lot of synergy there between the two of them. That's why I love playing DP in this deck. I don't play DP in a lot of decks, but I play it in this one in particular simply because it is that powerful and it has that amount of synergy, and it's a really solid fallback play for when something like your Dictator of D or your Siege of Eyes of Blue gets hit with Infinite Impermanence or Ash Blossomed. So just something worth bearing in mind. The rest of the deck profile, I've covered off a full deck profile for this in the past, but I'm going to do it again here today just so that we sort of know what we're looking at. We're going to cut down the regular sort of hand traps and interruptions. We've got Effect Veiler. Typically I would say, again, this is just an extra card, but I think at least one copy of this card is core to the deck to be searched from Siege. I think at least one is necessary. I think if you're not playing at least one Effect Veiler, you're playing the deck wrong. You've got the 3 Max C, 3 Ash Blossom, you've got the double Call by the Grave, and the triple Infinite Impermanence. That covers it all for all of the generic hand trap cards. You got triple copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You can get away with 2 of them, but you probably want 3 purely because you want to constantly have something to send off your Dictator of D, to generate advantage off of your Legend, to be utilizing your Siege of Eyes of Blue. All of these cards only work from the deck, and that has to specifically be the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you definitely want to triple up on it, but you can get away with 2 if you feel like you're breaking on it. You can get away with 2. The White Stone of so I'm gonna lump in the White Stone of Legend with the White Stone of Ancients here as one sort of thing. White Stone of Legend, when sent to the graveyard, will search your deck for a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the White Stone of Ancients, when sent to the graveyard during the end phase of that turn, will summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, or you can banish it from your graveyard to add a Blue Eyes card from your graveyard back to your hand. So this guy definitely has multiple effects and can be very useful, but his effects, to utilize it to the fullest extent of its ability, cannot both be used in the one turn. So I think a 2-and-2 split is fine. I honestly, whichever split of these you want to be playing, I would say play at least 4 stones overall, so you have lots of material for your Dictator of D. I will play at least 4. You can play 3 of this and 1 Ancients. That's why I was playing it for a while. You can maybe play 1 of these and 3 Ancients if you're a particularly big fan of this card. It's just a wee bit slow for me, but it is definitely mandatory to have for its recovery effect in particular. And then occasionally the summon from the deck ability also comes up for the Jet Dragon, which is an amazing bit of synergy. So this card is definitely phenomenal, but it doesn't play in but it doesn't play directly into your full-on all-out combo plays, whereas the White Stone of Legend does, because it immediately adds a Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand, which can then be revealed for alternative, discarded for melody, discarded for trade-in, or all of these other cool things. So the White Stone of Legend gives you more immediate benefit. The White Stone of Ancients gives you more value overall across 2 turns. So that's the way you need to look at it. That's just sort of is the way it is. I will play at least 1 of both, but at least 4 in total to give you a lot of materials for the second effect of your Dictator of D, which we'll get to in a minute. Veiler, of course, just a generic hand trap to get a monster on the field during your opponent's turn. Very, very useful. It's also a level 1 tuner, light. Bear that in mind. That can be used for some synchro shenanigans. Bear that in mind. Sage of Liza Blue is your second best starter card in the deck. It's really powerful. Again, a level 1 tuner, just like your stones, just like anything else, all of these level 1 tuners. Basically, when it's normal summoned, you will add a level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, which is one of your stones or your effect dealer. And that is of course very good because it's generating materials for you to then maybe discard off of Dictator of D, discard off of Melody, all of these things which are very, very powerful. It also has a second effect where you can target an effect monster on your field, send it to the graveyard, and then essentially summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And that's not limited to the Blue Eyes White Dragon, that is any of your Blue Eyes monsters, mainly the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. So that is, of course, exceptionally powerful as well. That's one of the best ways to go into the Jet Dragon, to be perfectly honest, and it combos extremely well with Dictator of D, because Dictator of D can, you know, be like sending the Blue Eyes White Dragon itself from deck to graveyard, so that your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon is actually live. Again, we'll get to these cards in just a second. Ancients we've already talked about. Dictator of D is the best starter card in the deck, I would say, maybe tied with Melody, but I honestly think this card is better if you have the resources for it. So Dictator of D, you can send a Blue Eyes monster, Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard to special summon this guy from your hand, which of course is amazing because it's a free summon and you get to have a Blue Eyes in your graveyard, which is great. Then you can discard a card in your hand that lists the Blue Eyes White Dragon in its description to summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard. So if you have the Jet Dragon in the grave, what you can do is you can discard anything else to resurrect the Jet Dragon, assuming of course you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon there already. So this guy being able to basically put one of your big 3k level 8 beaters onto the field, and as well as put itself onto the field, all without even utilizing your normal summon, means that you've got an Exceed play there, or you've got a Link play, you've got something you can go into, because alongside your normal summon, you're going to be able to Synchro Summon, you know, or you're going to be able to Link Summon. If you revive a Blue Eyes White Dragon, then you can link it off into Link Spider to then go into your Verte Anaconda. If you have the Sage in hand, you're able to go into an Exceed play. It's pretty nuts the amount of combos that this guy enables. So do bear in mind that this guy basically opens up the entire extra deck and opens up your main deck as well in order to fully utilize the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. We just have our Destiny heroes here just for the DPE package. Use whatever Destiny heroes you like as long as they match the description. You saw in the gameplay there how useful the Dynatag was. We all know how useful Dasher is. So bear in mind that these two definitely have their place. They're two of my favorites, but you can do whatever you want with those two particular slots. The Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. This is basically the card alongside the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon that won Blue Eyes the 2016 World Championship. So this, basically it's an instant summon level 8. All you need to do is reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to special summon this card straight from your hand. No extra cost, you don't need to discard it, you just need to reveal it, which is why the White Stone of Legend gets you so much value and why I think it might even be better than Ancients in this particular deck. Because having this guy in your hand is very, very good. I know it doesn't always seem good because it's just a vanilla level 8 beater, but it is pretty important to have for the alternative. It's an easy trade-in target. There's lots of useful things this guy can do in your hand. So definitely, and this guy, all you need to do is reveal it to special summon him. He also has an effect that lets you target an opponent's monster to destroy it, but it cannot attack until it activates that effect. I think in the gameplay you saw me try to activate this, we got negated and we still couldn't attack. The moment you actually activate the effect, it's activated. Even if your effect itself gets negated, you're not attacking. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, then, the next of our big boss monsters. This is definitely the best addition to the deck so far. Basically, it can be summoned from your hand or graveyard anytime a card on the field is destroyed. So if a card on the field is destroyed, summon this guy out to the field. If it's your card, if it's their card, it doesn't matter. Summon it to the field. So long as this guy is face up, all of your other monsters, all of your other cards cannot be destroyed, which is amazing. Especially considering if you summon two of them, they can protect each other, which means your entire field is impervious to destruction. Amazing. Also, if it battles an opponent's monster, if it battles in general, even if you're attacking directly, if it battles, you can bounce a card in your opponent's field back to their hand, which is amazing. I think, again, you saw in the first game, we were able to bounce back our own Verte Anaconda back in our own extra deck, which is pretty funny. But yeah, no, this guy is absolutely astounding. Really, really powerful card. Easy level 8, big 3k beater, able to bounce cards back to hand. This little level 8 package is just amazing. So yeah, they are all there for a good reason. You've got trade in. Discard a level 8, draw 2 cards. Literally just pot of greed, which is amazing. Melody of the Awakening Dragon, even better than pot of greed. Discard a card, add 2 of your big blue eyes monsters to your hand from your deck, any 2 of them. Any dragon has 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 defense or less, which is all of your blue eyes monsters. So add any of them to your hand, which is great. And then finally, the Fusion Destiny for our Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. So yes, the main deck itself, really straightforward, honestly, and it's almost entirely pure blue eyes. The only exception is the DPE package, but I've already explained that synergy. So I definitely think it's not only really powerful to play in any deck, I think it holds a particular amount of synergy and power in this deck in particular. So do bear that in mind. Getting into the extra deck here, there's a little bit of room for flexibility here with the extra deck. Everyone sort of plays it a little bit differently. We've got the DPE, of course, because we need it. Anaconda, of course, because we need it. Then we've got the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. So this is, of course, the main synchro monster of Blue Eyes. Any of your level 8s plus any of your level 1 tuners. Basically, it automatically stops Pendulum, which is great because neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time, which immediately shuts down Pendulum. That's actually why it won the 2016 World Championship, because one of the biggest decks of the format was Pendulum. So the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon being able to counter that was amazing. He also has the ability to negate the activation of a card in the graveyard. That's what I'm saying about the Machine of Fortress. If we had have summoned this guy and then attacked into the fortress, I believe that the Spirit Dragon would have been able to negate it in the graveyard, but again, I'm not totally sure, that's why I didn't go for that play. But this guy can basically negate the activation of a card that activates in the graveyard once per turn, which of course is very nice given how much the modern metagame plays from the graveyard. It's virtually mandatory. And lastly, which is the most interesting of its effects, it can tag out to summon any other light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck. Your primary target for that is the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. When it's special summoned, it'll activate, and until the end of the next turn, all dragons on your field that were currently on your field at that time become immune to destruction, which is important because whatever monster you summon off of the Spirit Dragon gets destroyed during the end phase. Not this guy. He will activate his own effect to protect him from destruction at the end of the turn, which makes him definitely the best target by a mile. Also, during your standby phases, you can resurrect a normal monster in your graveyard, which means your Blue Eyes White Dragon is coming back. So that is phenomenal. Another backup target, there's a few decent targets you could play. I've been playing the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. I don't think I've ever summoned this card. I don't think this card's necessary. I'm only playing it because I happen to get it in a pack. I wouldn't recommend crafting it for this deck, but basically it is an on-demand compulsory evacuation device. If you're on summon, or whenever your opponent summons a level 5 or higher monster, you can target a monster on the field and bounce it back to the hand, which is excellent. It's a very powerful card, yeah, but if you summon this off of the Spirit Dragon, it's getting destroyed. So it's like a one-off interruption, which isn't really what we're after. You can also technically summon it using one of your level 3 tuners, like your Ash Blossom and then your Dictator of D, which is technically possible, but it's so rare that it's not even worth mentioning. Well, I mean, I just mentioned it, so maybe it's not. Either way, there's a few other targets there, but you don't need to be playing any targets other than the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This card is mandatory at least one, so absolutely I would be playing it. You don't have to play anything else though. Then you've got your Exceed package. All of this basically stems off of 2 main cards. You've got your Draglubion, which is here to enable an OT Chaos on description. So basically Draglubion is summoned using any 2 level 8s, and it will allow you to summon any dragon number monster from your extra deck while using another one as material. So if you're going first, what you'll typically do is summon number 38, the Hope Harbinger Dragon. This gives you a spell negate during your opponent's turn, which is neat. It's nice, definitely. It gives you a spell negate as well as being able to control the targets of your opponent's attacks, which is something that Dictator of D also does. If you control a Blue Eyes monster, you get to choose your opponent's attack targets, which is pretty nuts. So that's that. Or if you're going second, or if you're later in the game and you want to go for an OTK, you can summon the Numeron Dragon, which will essentially boost itself up by 1000 attack points per rank on the field, which will give it by default 9000 attack points. So it gives you basically an OTK or a spell negate depending on whether or not you're going first or second. The other package is the Galaxy Eyes Destruction package. So you've got the Cypher Dragon, which you'll summon using any 2 level 8s. It doesn't have an effect, but its big thing is it can be used as material to summon out the Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, detach a material, target a face-up card, and destroy it. And then you're not done. You're going to rank it up again into the Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade Dragon to then target any card on the field, face-up or not, and destroy it. So basically, out of your 1 rank 8 Exceed summon, you get to pop 2 cards, and you have a 3200 beater on the field. So that's the idea behind that one. It's literally just there to pop a bunch of cards and then beat your opponent's ass, which is truly the spirit of Blue Eyes. So being able to, and think about it logically, you know, one of your level 8s are bound to be the alternative White Dragon. So you summon the alternative White Dragon, bang, pop 1, go into Cypher, go into Full Armor, bang, pop 2, go into the Cypher Blade, bang, pop 3. Like, that's pretty nuts. You're able to basically decimate your opponent's entire field, which is fun. Number 92 is here. If you're feeling a little bit lucky, it's mainly going to be used as the spare number dragon monster for your Draglubion. So if you summon Harbinger, you equip it on. If you summon the Numeron Dragon, you equip it on. It's mainly the spare material for this guy, but it can also technically be summoned, and at the end of the turn, at the end of every turn, sorry, as long as it holds Exceed material, it will banish anything that was summoned on that turn. So it's pretty nice. It doesn't come up very often. Its effect is a little bit convoluted, and as soon as your opponent sees it, they're going to be gunning for it. They're going to be trying to get rid of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Then our remaining Link monsters: Link Spider for when you need your Blue Eyes monster to be an effect monster, and Link Haribo for when you just have a level 1 on your field and you don't want to die. Pretty much as simple as that. So yeah, that's the full deck. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. If you liked what you're seeing, if you like seeing these sort of classic decks, we might bring it back and actually do pure classic, you know, like Battle City type Blue Eyes, like Dark Magician, stuff like that. If you feel like watching me want to do that and also want to jump out a window, by all means, leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to be seeing. If you just like what you're seeing at the minute, like the video, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next one.